Yeah, as I said a couple of days ago on the 4th of November, that's the 6th of November today, I didn't even finish up. The main reason why I did that upload, I didn't even come out with the reason why I said that latest upload and stuff, but that's how it is, improvising most of these uploads. Anyway, watching the TV, it's about to sign off. Yeah, I've been there about, I think it's like 10 weeks I've been here and stuff. And what I said to the neighbour was not my original lyrics. It wasn't what I created from the top of my head. I heard it first in August 1984 in Bolton. And it's from these free IDJ motherfuckers. I was on some trip to Bolton. It was the first time I met my ex-wife. So I'm not going to spell out what I said. They didn't know exactly what is what. I'm going to explain this because I don't want to give too much information. Because I mentioned it in uploads years ago, more than 10 years, about 10 years ago. I mentioned some of it about this girl called Leisha Seaton. She heard some of this stuff. That's what I want to speak to her. The ex-wife, one of her friends. Now, I think I mentioned with them years ago that in August '84, when I first went to Bolton and stuff, something occurred. I'm not going to spell it out because that time I say it, they'll tell me, "Oh, it's a lie, They must be shut down my social media account because they will actually lie. They'll never tell the truth about it." And then I'm going to say this without giving out the information. Okay, it was Melvin Obazeki, all ex-IDJ dancers were there, and there's somebody else, there's one or two other people that was there also on the trip. Melvin Obazeki, Mark Sanalaru, Morris Buchanan. I witnessed a crime. I'm not going to say the crime that I witnessed. I mean, I was shocked by this crime. So what did I do? Because with the ex-wife account, she was living in her parents' house at the time, and opposite the Seatons lived. Her friend Leisha Seaton, Carter Seaton, and their parents and stuff. They lived directly opposite. Something happened. So what I did, I went opposite to Leisha Seaton's house. There's nobody really around. I was going to I went in there to use the phone to call the police. So I'm in there and I see Leisha Seaton. She was the only one there at the house. And I said to her, "Can I use your phone? Because I need to call the police." And I told her what I witnessed to call the police. Now she'll never ever forget it. It's not possible for her to forget it or not to say anything to anyone. If she didn't, that's very, very strange indeed. Now, I'm not going to say what Melvin Obazeki, Morris Buchanan, and Mark Sanalaru were done. They're ex-IDJ dancers. But the words, what they found that they walked into the house around the time I was talking to Leisha Seaton. Because I wasn't going to just walk in there, pick up the phone at some stranger's house and start using the phone. So I said, I had to ask her if I can use the phone. Can I use the telephone in your house so I can call the police? And I told her why. And around that time, Melvin Obazeki and Co, they came into the house. And they turned around and said, "If you say anything, we're going to do blankety blank, rah 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 to your mother," because they knew where I lived. And they threatened to do some stuff to my mother. I'm not going to say the words because they'll lie. I said those very words to my neighbour, which led to me leaving this new place. But I'm going to tell some people, and I'm going to let you know what people are told, if anybody wants to hear exactly what happened that time in August 1984 outside my ex-wife's residence at the time. But she didn't own the house. She was there living at her parents' house and stuff. And that's where she's living opposite her friend's house, Leisha Seaton's parents' house, when they were living in that house. I remember it like yesterday where they lived. A few yards away, you could see the sign of the A666, it's burial and all that shit. And it was just a few yards away, you could see the sign there of that house, of the road sign that said that. It's got nothing to do with the A666, but there was a sign there, and it was really strange. I can't turn around and say anything. I'm going to tell some people, and then very soon, in the next few weeks, I'll let you know who I told, if anybody's interested to want to hear from. But I'm not going to say it. But it's really bad. And I said something about what I did. So they weren't revisioning my lyrics, because there were the people that was like that. Like back in the day, there's Electric Born. You know, I was doing these. I don't want to do these country. That fucking Tim Westwood cunt. You know, that got me into all that shit. And I only did about less than a handful of culture, because they were fucking really fucking rubbish. But the people that was in the coach, it wasn't the people in the jazz scene, it was the motherfuckers downstairs, the funk, soul and boogie room. And then on the coach, they used to obviously on the coach for a few hours to go up north from London to Nottingham or Birmingham or Manchester. They used to say some really nasty, disgusting things. I'm not saying them things, you know what I'm saying? I was organising them. I'm just listening to the disgusting, nasty things that they used to say. The guys that was there was like Electric Ballroom. Wasn't hardly anyone from the jazz room upstairs. Because there's two floors. There was a jazz room upstairs, and downstairs was a funk, soul, and boogie music, like commercial, like black music was being played downstairs. And people like that, the dance group, the music group called Pasadena's, they were there and stuff and all that shit. And a few other people that made it to big stars on TV in recent years, years ago, and not so much now. I don't see them around on TV nowadays. It was the people that was downstairs that used to be on the coach trip. Hardly anyone was in the jazz room, because that was in the coach trip. And they used to say some nasty, disgusting things. But I'm not going to repeat one of them things, but one of the things what they turned around and said to his mother, I repeated to my neighbour in where I used to live in Stretton. And that led me to give my new place. But I wasn't the originator of those lyrics. I'm talking in riddles, but it will become much clearer later on. But I can't say anything. You know, the people the viewers will hear that, they'll say, what the hell is this? Get banned from my social media YouTube account will be over. So I won't say anything. I'm going to say a few things to a few people and stuff. And I'll tell them, and what I witnessed was the 100% truth. And they know it's the truth. But there's other stuff that's just as bad, if not worse than that. I said some upload a few months ago, so I got some shit on those mothers. I got some people, I know some really bad things, what they said, not what they said, but what they've done. And a couple of times I witnessed some of this stuff, and the same kind of, I'll just call it a day for now. So what I'm going to call this upload, what I said to my neighbour. That's what I'm going to name this an upload. What I said to my neighbour. But I'm not going to mention the words, but it will become much clearer soon to some people. But obviously, I said it. I told what I saw, what I witnessed in 1984 in Bolton to Leisha Seaton. That's what I said. I'm not got no interest in her. She's a fat pig bitch. Got no interest in her anywhere. Just said I just told her what happened. The reason why I had to ask her if I could use her phone. And at the time when they walked into the room when that happened, and they said that, I couldn't make the phone call at that time. No, it's not really making sense, but later on it start making much more sense to people. I'm going to tell a few people in the coming weeks and stuff about it, and I'll tell you who I told those people to. If anybody wants to know what was said, certain people watching this, they can go ask them exactly what I witnessed and what they said they were going to do to my mother, because they knew where I lived. So they said they were going to, if you say anything, they go to my mother's house and blankety blank, 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 blankety blank. So I'm going to say a word right now about it. I'm not going to say it online, because they'll just ban me for life. Okay. So I'll do some other upload about some show. I've got fuck a birthday today. I'll make a big issue. I'm going to watch a cut music, kick back, you get me? Alright, signing off for now. Motherfucker.